What is up, YouTube? My name is Trinity and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. I know it's been a hot minute and a lot has happened since I've been gone. I just finished my internships last week, and after working for a couple of days after the internships were over, I just needed a minute to chill out for a second. I'm excited to say we have finally hit 50 subscribers, which I'm so happy about, and I actually, to celebrate this, got a brand new camera, which you can probably tell by the enhanced quality of the picture. And I'm just really happy to be back. I have a lot of content in store for you guys. Getting it recorded is going to be a challenge just because soon I'm going back to school and I'm going to have to be working at another internship for 3 days a week. So it's going to be crazy, but I will try my best to get content out to you guys. Today I have another spooky topic for you, but not spooky in a way that you might be expecting. Today we will be talking about the Bohemian Club, which honestly is probably the closest thing to the Illuminati that actually exists. It's really fucking creepy, and the implications of it are really scary when you dive down the rabbit hole and realize a lot of powerful people are in this club. Alright, so first, what is the Bohemian Club? The Bohemian Club was formed in 1872 by journalists for journalists. Back then, the word bohemian was a word that was usually applied to journalists and their interests. Along with journalists, artists, musicians, singers, and other types of artists were allowed into the club. So it was a club initially to just celebrate art and journalism and creative pursuits such as that. But then businessmen started to be let into the club. Along with businessmen, there were entrepreneurs. As temporary members, some presidents of universities were let in, and also military commanders around the area of San Francisco, where this club originated, were also brought into the club, which on its own isn't a bad thing, but you will get to see in a minute why this is something that a lot of people associate with something like the New World Order and the Illuminati and that kind of thing. Today the club has achieved global membership, and it's had a lot of notable figures in it. A rule in the club requires that at least 10% of membership must be filled by artists, and some notable artists that have been members I'm about to list right here. William Keith, Arthur Frank Matthews, Xavier Martinez, Jules Eugene Pages, Edwin Deacon, William Rischel, Joe Mora, Arthur Putnam, and Walt Disney, who I'm not sure if you would consider him an artist or not, because obviously he was a businessman as well, but he was actually, I don't know if he was actually a member. He was a guest of the club in 1936, and a year later in 1937, when his first movie came out, Snow White, a lot of the scenes from that were inspired by his visit to the Bohemian Grove. So even though the lists today of members are hidden, they are private, most members of this club are Caucasian, they are rich, conservative, and they live in the US. Some other notable members are as follows: Clint Eastwood, Henry Kissinger, Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, Charles Schwab, Ambrose Bierce, Mark Twain, and Jack London. I'm sorry if I said any of those names wrong. Many presidents prior to even holding office have also been members of this club, as well as cabinet members and CEOs, entrepreneurs, as I said before, also military contractors, heads of big oil companies, representatives of large banks, including the Federal Reserve, are also known members, or have also been previous members. So as you can see, a lot of people with a lot of money, a lot of power, that basically it's lining up with the whole theory of the Illuminati existing. I'm not saying they are the Illuminati or anything silly like that, but I am saying a bunch of powerful men that are heads of huge companies or hold power in office in the government and governments around the world and stuff. It's a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. Can you imagine what goes on behind closed doors at this place? Like, no women are allowed, and you have to be a member of the club, and I'm pretty sure you have to be invited. You can't just apply for the club. They're very selective on who they allow in. Their motto is, "Weaving spiders come not here," which is a line from Shakespeare's play A Midnight Summer's Dream. Just meaning, like, business is left at the door, which I do not believe. I can't see a bunch of powerful, rich entities all getting together and not networking and trying to make deals and trying to, like, lobby for stuff they want, and, you know, I can't see it happening. In fact, planning for the Manhattan Project took place in the Bohemian Grove, where these people meet. If you guys don't remember what the Manhattan Project is, they gave us some very not nice instruments of war. And if that happened in a private club with all of this money and power and esteem behind it, what else could come out of it? That's my question. Maybe this is just a guys club where they all, like, you know, go there to be sexist and talk about people and, you know, that kind of thing. It could just be that nowadays. But the fact that one of the biggest disasters, quote unquote, in human history came out of this club. Like, it probably would have happened with or without the club, but maybe it wouldn't have. What if, like, all the funding for this project was found there, or I don't know. And it also goes to show, like, what if this information got into the wrong hands at this club? Like, you're making deals with other people, you tip somebody off, and, like, what if technology and stuff like that gets out? It's just a very scary thought, and I know I'm probably overthinking it. Not much probably goes on there, at least anymore. But you don't know. The club has 2 meeting locations, one in Union Square in San Francisco, which is just their clubhouse, and then the Bohemian Grove, which is outside of Sonoma County in California, where they have basically this whole campground. And if any of you have heard of this club, even in passing, you probably know the image that I'm about to put on screen. Yes, if you've ever seen this giant owl statue in the middle of the redwoods, that is on the Bohemian Grove, which, kind of scary. People have snuck in there and documented what goes on there, and apparently some weird, like, cult shit goes on there. So there's an annual summer retreat into the Bohemian Grove in the redwoods, and one of the first things they do there on this 16-day retreat is a ritual called the cremation of care, where they take this effigy of a coffin and they burn it before the owl statue. And this is supposed to just get the people in a good mindset before going into the 16-day retreat, which is filled with, you know, concerts and lakeside talks, lectures and all that, networking. And even though it's not supposed to be about work, there is also talk about, you know, government policy and stuff as well. I've read that members can actually bring their families into the grove during some events. Women have to be off of the premises by a certain time. Like, women are usually not allowed there at all. They have to, of course, come with their husbands, since this is a male-only club. Okay, so you're probably wondering, why are you saying this is like the Illuminati? This isn't like, they don't have their hands in everything. They're not controlling you. It's not really like the conspiracy at all. I beg to differ, because I don't think I believe in the Illuminati. Like, the Illuminati was a meme when I was a kid, you know, like something weird happened and you would say, oh, it's the Illuminati or something like that. So as a kid, like, yeah, I did believe in the Illuminati. I don't know if it's quite as possible, because I feel like that would take a lot of global cooperation or a lot of influence, like, all over the world. However, I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I think smaller groups that kind of have hands in everything, like they have their hands in the bank and the military and the government and this and that, just powerful people throwing around money, doing whatever they want. I feel like it's possible to have a small group of these people and you're gonna have your hands in a lot of shit, which is what I think this club is. Now, do I think these people are evil cult members and they're just gonna take over the world one day or take over the US one day and, like, do whatever they want? No. But I think because they have money and influence and power, that they can influence people in government to, like, pass a certain law or repeal a certain law, or regulations can be twisted in their favor, you know? I feel like that kind of stuff can happen, and that's still them getting what they want, even though it's probably not going to change our lives immensely. it's still them messing with our lives, you know? So that's why I'm wary of groups like this, including this group, just because I feel like just having one compiled group of people with a lot of money and a lot of power is just a bad idea no matter what. If they all came together to like solve world hunger or something like that, which I guarantee they have the money to do. I'm pretty sure Jeff Bezos alone could solve climate change, if I read that statistic correctly. But whatever. If they all came together for that purpose, that would be one thing. However, they're just going out in the middle of the woods and networking. They're basically bringing business with them no matter what that motto says. And it just concerns me what could be going on out there because nobody else is out there to catch them doing whatever they're doing. Alright guys, I just want to say thank you one more time for 50 subscribers. I am so happy we are halfway to 100, which is insane, even though like 50 isn't a huge number on YouTube at all. It's still a huge number to me. 50 people like what I'm doing and want to watch me talk about random shit. So if you enjoyed this video and enjoyed seeing me expose my tinfoil hat side and like just freaking out about a random club that probably isn't doing anything, leave a like and subscribe. Comment other stuff you want me to talk about or what your take on this club is. Do you think they're up to something nefarious, or do you think they're just a bunch of random old white guys running around in the woods? Let me know what you think below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.